Okay, so we're almost nearing the end of our Makeup 101 lessons. I wanted to kind of go in and do a little more of a detailed just how to apply a felt tip pen eyeliner, how to apply a winged gel liner with a brush, and how I apply mascara, just to kind of heavily focus on that one area so that if you've never used a felt tip eyeliner or if you've never used gel liner with a brush, you kind of get a feel for both and hopefully learn something new. So I'm going to do one side with the felt tip pen and the other side with the gel liner and a brush, so you can get a feel and see which one you prefer to do on your eyes. So with the felt tip pen, you want to make sure that it is long enough, it's not too short, and that it is pointed. You don't want one that looks dull. Then usually you have to shake these up, and I use black just because I have dark hair and all that, so you can use brown if you want, or any color of the rainbow. And with this, I kind of hold it, this is my right hand, I hold it and kind of lay it to where the point is pointing towards the outer part of our eyebrow here, which doesn't always work out successfully. Eyelining is one of those tricks and things. Sometimes you have a good day and sometimes you have a bad day, so fingers crossed we'll have a good one today. We'll see. But some people prefer doing felt tip because you don't have to dip in anything, you don't need a brush. Others prefer gel liner with a brush and you can have more control and smudge it out. So we'll go in with this and I like to keep my fingers towards the end of the eyeliner so that I have a lighter touch and I don't go in and like hopefully don't scar up my face. We'll see. I'm nervous. So I usually like looking like head on in a mirror. I don't like looking down or all that. Close my eye. And start with the wing like that. And I don't pull my eye like very tightly. I just pull it kind of taut. And then gently, small strokes. And then once we get towards the inner part of the eye, so to do the outside of my eye, I do it this way, and then to get the inner corner, I turn it and put the tip of the point towards my inner corner and lightly do it. And with any eyeliner, you want to make sure that you get right up to your waterline so you don't have any blank spaces or spots. So that's how I do a felt tip application with a tiny little wing, not much. Next, I'm going to show you how I do the gel liner in black with a angled, small, tiny little pencil. It's best to apply that. And this is a technique that I'm newer at, as in I just started doing it in the last probably year and a half or so. So it's one that I'm less familiar with, but I've been practicing for a year and a half, and this to me is harder because I did this first. So again, it just depends on what you prefer. But if you want more of a grunge, smoky look, I recommend gel liner because you'll be able to manipulate it and move it around more. Whereas this is already dry. Like there's not gonna be much to do with it. You can't budge it. So this you want to take a little bit at a time and just barely dip your brush in it, and I keep it closer to the point in the product. Start out with a little bit at a time and then build up as you go. And again, same kind of technique. I'm going to take the angle, which is going this way, and kind of keep it in line with the outside of our eyebrow. So start out with like a little wing like that. You can trace out a triangle if you're better at that kind of technical work, but you do whatever is comfortable. This is just the easiest way that I know how. So kind of go in light strokes and kind of pull the product that you first placed towards the inner eye instead of going back in with more, and then you can deepen it or darken it if you need to. So just re-tap on that side and pull some of that product. And then I'm going to go from this direction to this direction where the point is going upwards that way to do the inner corner. So this is felt tip, this is gel liner. I'm not sure if you can notice the difference, but I haven't gone in with a second coat yet, and there's still some spots where you can see the eyeshadow that I have. So I'm going to go in very lightly with a second coat and darken this up a bit and fill in any kind of gaps we may have left behind. Keep it close to the waterline. So again, personal preference, they end up looking the same in my opinion. But that's how you do either one of those. Another tip or trick with the gel liner or this felt tip is to put a piece of tape on your hand, pull it off a couple of times so it's not like waxy or kind of sticky, and then tape it from here to here so you have that nice harsh edge, and the same thing from here to here to the outside of your eyebrows. And I recommend you do your eyebrows before your eyeliner so that you know where you're pointing your wing. So hope that makes sense. So yeah, so that is those two. Now I'm going to really briefly show you some mascara options to kind of finish out the eye and show you what I prefer. I've been liking an arched brush that's kind of a plastic tip, but you can do natural kind of tip if you want, or whichever works best for your eye shape. But just with my eye shape, I find this works best, and you want to keep it like an upside down U and kind of blink onto it. Like put the U, line it up with the curve of your eye, and blink down. And you do want to wiggle it a little bit. Taking your time with this part is really important. And then if we get any messes or out of bounds areas, we'll go in with a Q-tip after it's dry and twist it, and it'll come right up. I love the look of mascara, but mascara for me is my least favorite part because to me it's where the look can go so wrong, and I hate that. So again, take the U shape and literally blink on it and kind of wiggle it like you would tease your bangs if you're in the 80s and know what that life was like. Start with the root and blend it, wiggle it. And you can take it and kind of pull it out a little bit slightly to the side if you want more of the vintage looking lashes, but I'm just doing your basic eyelash or mascara application today. So things you want to think about with mascaras are if you prefer, which kind of wand you prefer. It's good to know that. It's good to know what kind of formula you prefer. This to me is a little bit too watery. I like a little bit more of the thicker formula. It depends on your preference. And then for the lower lashes, I just barely touch mine. I kind of have long ones, but I just use it to kind of separate a little bit and give some definition. So that's our mascara application before we clean it up. And if you're like me and you cannot apply mascara like a grown woman yet, you can take a Q-tip that's dry or wet or with a cold cream or whatever, and take it on the spot and literally twist it, and it will take it away if it's dry. If it's not quite dry yet, then it may take some work. But I kind of lightly sweep it across here to get any of those like spots that you get sometimes. You can also go back through with a pencil brush, either with nothing on it or whatever you had going on for your look, and brush that out. And for the top, you can either go back over and brush it out with your eyeshadows, or you can take it and sweep it or twist it off that way. Yeah. So that is how I apply eyeliner and mascara. And I just have a few more specific items to do, and we will have wrapped up the first part of my Makeup 101 Makeup Basics type of series that I've got going on for anyone that is brand new to makeup or has been around makeup for a long time but not knowing what to do with it exactly, or you just have one specific part of your makeup that you don't like to do or that scares you. I recommend you do that every day until you get more comfortable with it. That's the best way to practice, because it's not really about someone being better at makeup. It's just, it is like anything else. The more you practice it, the better you get at it, the quicker you get at it, and just the more you're happy with your results. So if you don't ever spend time on it and you expect it to just look flawless, then that's kind of, you know, that's kind of the harder reality of it. It's just, you have to take the time, even if it's just one thing that day or every couple of days, and focus on how to learn to just do one thing at a time. Then you'll get quicker and you'll have your routine and your flow. But trying to be good at all of it all at once is just a disaster and a recipe for failure and just disappointment. So yeah, start off slow, learn one step at a time, get really comfortable with that. Don't avoid things that you're uncomfortable with. Actually, I recommend doing those over and over and over again until you feel more comfortable with them. You may not like using a certain style or a certain product, and that's fine, but you don't want it to be because you are scared of using it. So you can just prefer not to do it that way. So yeah, find what you're comfortable with. Let me know in the comments down below if there's anything else you'd like to see. I've got a couple more items that I'm going to show you in this series, but so far we've done pretty much a full face, and I think that there's been some helpful tips that I hope apply and that you can take on and use in your beauty regimen. So yeah, like if you like this kind of thing, subscribe if you haven't already so you don't miss any future videos in this series, and I will see you in my next one.